All right, guys. Welcome to episode 5 of Paulo on Purpose. A very special episode because it's my first video episode as well as my first episode with a co-host. And my co-host this evening is my roommate and best friend since freshman year of college, Kyler Coinson.
Howdy.
So, as you guys remember in the first episode, I mentioned how the idea of this podcast was to have my friends on here from different political backgrounds, social backgrounds, and just talk about, life and what's going on in the world. And I took a week break just because I went going through some stuff in my personal life, and I decided now's the perfect time to rebrand and start officially launching the full vision of the podcast. And I decided who else to do it first with my best friend and roommate. So, this will be a twice weekly thing now. I think I'm going to post Sundays and maybe Thursdays just to keep it consistent with the weekend kind of vibe. But yeah, so let's try to jump into it. All right, so in talking about the first episode, we kind of trying to figure out some topics to talk about, and the Black Lives Matter thing obviously is still going on. But for me, we wanted to keep it more casual for the first episode, so I figured why not talk about our reactions to the NBA bubble. For those of you that don't know, I'm not super into NBA. Like, I know the superstars and the basic rules, but I don't really follow it. But Kyler played basketball in high school, so he should have
Huge basketball fan.
Huge basketball fan, Celtics fan. So hopefully we can get a little perspective of someone that's a little bit more into the sport and just get his reaction to it, and someone of a more casual standing. So, yeah. Okay, so, the NBA bubble's been on for, I think, almost like a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks.
And so we were bored, and we decided to, watch the first games, which was Lakers, Clippers, and what was the other game? I don't remember the other game, but we were watching that game, and I gotta be honest with you guys, like, the fact that NBA now is such a fucking pussy league is kind of ridiculous, man. Like, I was watching The Last Dance, and obviously you guys know The Last Dance is like at least one of my favorite like fucking sports documentaries like all time. But it showed the realism of like how hard they played during the 90s basketball.
Yeah, a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, and now it's like every fucking thing is a goddamn foul. It's ridiculous, dude. Like, even 2K, like, you fucking push to reach in one time, they fucking foul your ass, and it's ridiculous. It's kind of like a waste of fucking time, man.
Yeah, there's no reason Anthony Davis should be shooting 18 free throws
Bro,
a game.
18 free throws.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. And James Harden just fucking relies on the goddamn free throw.
Part of the game, man. Smart player.
Nah. See, here, okay, my thing is, like, he's a shooter, right? He's a scorer. He's going to be one of the best scorers of all time.
Yeah.
But in the playoffs, man, he relies on that fucking free throw, and it fucks him up. Like, the refs even know, like, you're going for the fucking foul.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, he tried it for the Warriors, and he just got fucking...
Yeah.
He got
part
wrecked.
of that. I'm assuming you're talking about last year, right?
Yeah.
Part of that Chris Paul injury, that was huge.
Yeah, true. And then...
But I think they were down 3-1 or 3-2.
Something like that.
Chris Paul got injured, and
They were making a comeback. The thing is, they were making a comeback, and I was getting worried because we're in Reno now, so, like, I don't really have a favorite basketball team, so I figured why not root for the fucking Warriors. So I got a little nervous. I was like, damn, like, my boys are kind of going to choke this if Chris Paul is playing the way he was playing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so it's like, I'm not a real fan of them calling. I mean, also, to be fair, they've had, like, 4 or 5 months off, so they're kind of, like, stressing everything out. They're getting back into it, but...
Yeah.
That's an excessive amount of fouls, man. 18 free throws.
Yeah, point being, it was extremely boring to watch.
Extremely boring. Like, we stopped after maybe like halfway through the first quarter.
I think we watched the first quarter and we were kind of done. Checked back in every once in a while, but it was ridiculous.
But you know what's surprising me, though? It's fucking Suns.
Yeah.
The goddamn Phoenix Suns, bro.
5-0.
Who the hell would have thought that shit?
Might make a push for an 8 seed.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
They're at like 10 right now, and I think they're only 2 games back from the 8 spot.
You think they match up, though, with the first seed? I mean, they're going to get
hell
swept.
No, they'll get swept no matter what.
No matter what the fuck happens to them.
I think, in all honesty, the Portland Trailblazers would be the best 8 seed. That'd be the best 8-1 matchup. Them versus the Lakers.
Portland's playing kind of iffy, though, bro. I don't know if they...
I know they are, and if they keep playing iffy, they're going to choke away the 8 spot.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think I had a little second win, I guess, for them when they signed Melo. And Melo's been popping off.
Melo's been playing pretty good.
When was the last time he played? Like a year ago? He's been out of the league for a minute.
Yeah. I think the last team he played with was... I might be wrong here. It was either the Thunder or the Rockets. I think it was the Thunder.
No, wasn't it the Rockets? Because he played
Could
with.
have been. Yeah, could have been the Rockets. He didn't play very well on either team, so I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it. But it's been about a year.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm thinking the playoffs here, the finals may be unanimously maybe Clippers Bucks.
I don't think so.
You're rooting for your Celtics?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
I'll
I
go
mean,
with Boston.
they're good. They're good. I'm not gonna lie, they're good.
Only thing Boston doesn't have is an inside defender. They don't have anybody to guard the post. But with a team like Milwaukee, all you need to do is guard Giannis. We got our Giannis stopper and Marcus Smart. He's not going to stop Giannis. Giannis is still going to drop his 25. But he's going to stop Giannis to an extent, you know. Giannis, his game is very reliant on getting to the rim. If he can't get to the rim, he dishes it out to somebody else. He's got Brook Lopez, Chris Middleton, Dante DiVincenzo, Eric Bledsoe. Got a bunch of guys he can kick the ball out to and they can shoot. The whole issue is you got to guard Giannis. That's what it boils down to.
Well, yeah.
Boston's got some good perimeter defenders. They've got Jaylen Brown. They've got Jason Tatum. He's very underrated on defense.
I don't know. I mean, also, like, okay, I get they have some like good backup crew. I mean, I use Bledsoe in 2K. It's like one of my favorite backup point guards. But Middleton in real life is so spotty, man. Like, if he doesn't shoot well, Bucks are fucked. Like,
yeah, well, that's the whole case I'm making. I'm arguing that point. I think as far as Chris Middleton goes, Chris Middleton has to be putting up 20, 25 a game consistently in order for them to beat Boston. You know, they don't have too many scorers on that team other than Giannis, and they got a bunch of role players that fit their role perfectly well, and that's why they're such a dangerous team. I think the only team in the East, maybe the only two teams in the East that match up with Milwaukee are the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics. And I'm not just saying Celtics because I'm a Celtics fan, but I think they have a legitimate chance at beating them. They've got a couple of guys that can put up 20 a game if you need them to. We've got Kemba, we got Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Ever since Jason Tatum shaved his head, too. Completely different player. It's the Kyrie effect. But, yeah, Gordon Hayward, Kemba Walker, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Even Marcus Smart can put in a 20-point game if you need him to. And I think that's what it'll boil down to is who has better scorers.
Well, I think so, too, yeah. I mean, speaking of, like, I think everyone's surprised by how well the Heat's been coexisting. I mean, Jimmy Butler's been known to have a little bit of an issue in locker rooms.
Yeah, he's just a competitor, man. That's all it boils down to.
I mean, the craziest thing for me was that story with the Timberwolves. Yeah. He beat the goddamn starting five with, what was it, the third string?
I think third string,
Dear God, man. Yeah. Like, how the hell do you let that shit happen?
Well, that's a wake-up call for the starting five. That's part of the issue. That's why Jimmy was eager to get out of there.
Yeah, that's fucking understatement. He ran straight to fucking... Yeah. Was it still Pat Riley down there, right? No.
Are you talking about...
The coach for Heat.
That's Eric Spoelstra.
It was Riley when LeBron was there.
No,
and the
still
Big Three.
Spo.
Was it really?
Spo, yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Shows you how much I know about NBA.
Head coach for a minute.
But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, this bubble's been, like, an interesting thing to start off with. But I think the end of the day, like, we all need the sports. We needed something to watch. I mean,
100%.
It sucks that it's like this right now. But, you know, hopefully in the playoffs, they'll figure out their rhythm. I mean, I haven't watched much of the games lately. I've just watched the highlights. But, my God, some of these players, man, have been taking care of their chances. Fucking T.J. Warren popped off.
Yeah, averaging like 38 a game.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. And then what was Michael Porter Jr. is also playing pretty decent.
TJ playing nice. Joel Embiid even. I mean, he's a superstar. You got to expect that from Joel Embiid. But he's looking, I think the time off gave Joel Embiid a kickstart that he needed. Yeah. Ben Simmons injury.
Ben Simmons is playing good too.
Yeah, he's got an injury though.
Yeah, the left knee. He's out now. Yeah, he's got surgery for it.
Yeah.
See, I think that was the Sixers' only chance to make it work to the playoffs. Was if they somehow figured out how to work Embiid and Simmons.
Thing with the Sixers is they need to decide whether or not they're building a team around Joel Embiid or Ben Simmons because they're two completely different play styles. They're both really great defenders. Joel Embiid, obviously very post-centric. He needs the ball in the post. He's got that little dream shake going on.
And that goes for fucking Simmons, too. He can't shoot a three to save his goddamn
Ben Simmons
life.
can't shoot. He needs to get inside, and he needs to have somebody to kick it out to. He's similar to Giannis. He's a Giannis-type player. But in all honesty, I think that team should build around Ben Simmons, try to do a Giannis-type thing.
Really?
Yeah. I think they got to get rid of Joel Embiid.
Who would you try to get for Embiid? Because you gotta try to get somebody.
Well, I don't know that there's like a trade 100% that you could get just player for player. Someone that's like a Klay Thompson type, a Klay Thompson-esque player. Obviously, new guys are going to come into the league. Ben Simmons is still like 21, 22, something like that.
Is he really?
Yeah, I think he might be 23, 24.
But
Holy
crap!
Yeah,
I thought he was
he's
older.
not older than 25. I know that for
That's
a fact.
fucking crazy. That's
But
crazy.
yeah, he's you need to do the same type of thing Bucks are doing with Giannis and try to build around Ben Simmons. Hopefully Ben Simmons can develop a jump shot at some point in his career if he can, get rid of this injury bug.
Well, that's my thing too. Like, he won Rookie of the Year,
Yeah.
and it's like, come on, man. Like, I don't know, a guy that can't shoot consistently. I don't know if he deserves.
While he can't shoot, and that's obviously a huge part in the NBA, he's arguably, I would say, probably all NBA or all defensive first team this year. And that's something that you can build around. You can build around a player that, can make insane passes, LeBron-esque passes. Posted all over Bleacher Report. Love LeBron.
He doesn't love LeBron. He's
No.
completely joking.
Yeah, he's been daddy of the Celtics here for a couple of years, and now that he's on our biggest rival, LA Lakers. 17-16 though. 17 rings greater than 16 rings. Last time I checked. Best franchise in sports history.
I'm not gonna argue that because I just don't know anything about sports, but
yeah.
I'm gonna give you that argument. But I don't know. I honestly build around Embiid for me because
Yeah.
I like the fact that he's a big that can shoot,
Yeah.
and you know me, I'm all about the fucking shooting from wherever
I
the fuck
know.
you get a shot
I
from.
know.
So I'd probably try to trade Ben Simmons for maybe like, honestly, so was a decent shooter around his age, maybe like Morant or maybe like a Booker.
Yeah. Here's my thing. I don't think, as far as the Grizzlies go, I don't think that they'd give up John Morant. I think John Morant's too valued. I do think a Ben Simmons for Devin Booker type deal might work for the Phoenix Suns. Whole issue is Joel Embiid is he wants the ball. He's an ISO type player down in the low post. He needs the ball. You can't have someone like Devin Booker who also needs the ball in order to,
Yeah.
It kind of would just throw off chemistry. I don't think it would work. That's the whole reason I think you build around Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons can drive, and when he's in the post, he's extremely hard to stop.
Yeah.
And same type of thing with Giannis. He could dish the ball out. That's why I think you need to get rid of Joel Embiid. Try to bring in obviously Klay Thompson doesn't fit the timeline, but like a Klay Thompson type catch and shoot player, Chris Middleton, someone like that.
That'd be a good trade.
Yeah. I think that would work. I think the Warriors would honestly do a Joel Embiid for Klay Thompson trade. If they don't, in my opinion, they're stupid. But Joel Embiid is like 25, 26.
But he's injury prone.
So is Klay.
I mean, really, besides the ACL tear?
Joel Embiid hasn't had much issues other than that.
Really?
His foot, yeah. I mean, it's been his foot. He had like 2 seasons where he had an injury bug. But Klay, I don't remember if Klay tore his ACL. Is that what it was?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
But he still came back through those free throws, though.
That's true, yeah. Mamba mentality.
That's a Mamba mentality right
Yeah.
there.
I don't know. If I were the Warriors, I would take a Joel Embiid for Klay Thompson trade. Klay's 30. Your
Yeah,
timeline.
that's true. He's getting there.
He's gonna have maybe 5 more years left in the league.
And that's
5,
coming
6.
off an injury, too.
He is, yeah, exactly. And he plays a position where he doesn't have to be super explosive, so he could play till he's like 37, 38. But that catch and shoot role, he has very good lateral quickness. That's how he plays. Solid defense. He's a great defender. I think eventually his age will catch up to him. You got maybe 5, 6 more years left with him. Whereas with Embiid, I think you could probably get another 10.
You think so?
I think you could get 10 years out of Joel Embiid.
That's crazy. I
Yeah.
wouldn't think that.
I'm not saying he'd be superstar level for 10 years,
Right.
but you
Something
could
close to it.
get 7 or 8 superstar years and then a solid role player or backup even, depending on if you need to give him minutes restrictions or not.
So then what about those, people talking that, maybe Giannis would go to the Warriors?
Well, if Giannis went to the Warriors,
That'd be a big 3, bro.
that would be. I think that if Giannis went to the Warriors, I think that you would have another dynasty for 5 years
for
or
sure,
so.
easy.
Yeah, because
Even if Clay or Steph gets injured, Giannis carries the team on his own.
well, yeah, and with Giannis, you can let Giannis do his thing, the exact same thing he's doing in Milwaukee. Have him dish the ball out. The Warriors have. I would say the Bucks defense is better than the Warriors defense.
Oh no, facts.
Of
Yeah.
old with prime Draymond and Clay and KD. KD's a very underrated defender.
Yeah.
But I would think that if Giannis went to the Warriors, I would think that that'd be at least 3 titles, depending on how long he's there.
You think he stays there? Hypothetically, if he moved, do you think he stays there? Because it's a new
I would
arena,
think-
a new
I
crowd.
would think he would. I know that I think it's the Chase Center now. It used to be Oracle Arena.
I think so, yeah.
I know that the Bay Area fans are extremely loud. I've been to one Warriors game before.
Was that in the prime when they were like winning shit, or was it? How was that?
This
That
was
must have been
like
fucking.
2015.
Oh, right at the beginning, like right in
Yeah,
the right in the middle,
2016.
smack middle of their
Yeah.
fucking.
It's extremely loud. Like, I've been to a Travis Scott concert, and in all honesty, the two of those compare as far as decibels go. They're both extremely loud. Warriors fans are crazy. I think Giannis would like the Bay Area. I think that the Warriors would be a good fit. Obviously, Bucks don't trade Giannis, but if
They
Giannis
won't, yeah.
decided to sign in
Is he a free
Golden
agent?
State, I think this
Coming up?
next year he is. Yeah, this year.
Oh shit!
Him, I think Kawhi too.
Oh, Kawhi's only here for like a year, right?
Yeah. I think he
There's
signed
no
a 1-year
way
deal with the
Kawhi
Clippers.
fucking.
I think Kawhi would stay.
Yeah.
in all
There's no
honesty.
way he recruited Paul George. Why the fuck would he leave the
Yeah.
next year?
Yeah, and I think Kawhi's also from LA area. Him and Paul George are both from LA area.
That was the thing, right? That's
Yeah.
why the Lakers and Clippers were like
yeah.
his destination post
Yeah.
Raptors.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts. But I don't know. I think this if this bubble gets any more interesting, which I assume will probably be after the first or second round of the playoffs, when you finally see who's like legit making a run for the title.
Boston Celtics.
No, it's gonna be the Clippers. I think it'll probably be Clippers in like 6.
I'll give you 4 teams that can make it, okay?
Okay.
You heard it here first. LA Clippers in the West.
Yeah, the Lakers. To the finals, or to are you talking about like the final? Like,
I'm saying these are 2 potential teams from
Okay.
each conference to
Okay.
make the finals. I'd have to do some more research. I don't like the Lakers in all honesty, not because they have LeBron and not because they're our rival, but LeBron's game is very similar to Giannis's. He's like a career 33% from the 3 shooter, and
yeah.
you know, you can't rely on him to shoot free throws. You can't rely on him to shoot from 3. LeBron needs somebody where he can drive to the rim, dish it out. That's why he worked well in Miami. He had Ray Allen. He had Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade's not a great shooter, but he had Dwayne Wade. Chris Bosh, for a big man's good shooter. You know, a lot of role guys that can knock down shots. Mario Chalmers even.
What are you talking about, man? He has the GOAT, bro. Alex Caruso.
Oh, yeah.
He'll single-handedly carry this team
Yeah,
to 4
there's-
titles.
My hell no. My prediction though, we're gonna go with Clippers. I'll say the Lakers, Bucks and Celtics. That's my bold prediction.
Bucks and Celtics.
Celtics are my sleeper team, not just because they're my team, but I
Right.
think that everybody here underrates that team. I think that they have a lot of scoring, great defensive team. Brad Stevens, great coach, super underrated. That crowd, very hard to play.
But
in
also,
Boston.
but also the crowd's not here, so that's a
That's
factor.
true. Yeah,
they're in a
You're
neutral.
Right. I
they're in a
completely
neutral
forgot
thing,
we're
yeah.
going through coronavirus here.
Yeah, goddamn COVID.
I do think the crowd definitely does play a factor,
It does. No, for sure.
but I do think that the Boston Celtics, they match up well against most of the teams in the East. I think that Jason Tatum has borderline established himself as a superstar player. He's only in his 3rd year now, I think, 2nd or 3rd. He was drafted, 3rd year. He's made a huge jump. I think he's a most improved player candidate this year. I haven't seen the awards.
Really?
Yeah, they gave out the
What about
finalists.
Devontae Graham?
He's not. I think it's Luka, Bam. I don't know if it's
Oh,
Jason
it's gotta be
Tatum or
Bam.
someone else, but I think it might be Brandon Ingram instead of Jason Tatum.
No, yeah, I think Ingram's in there.
Yeah, I think it's Luka, and honestly, I don't think Luka should get most improved.
No, he's been playing like this for a minute. It's not like he's making the jump
Yeah.
from 10 points to 30.
Well, yeah,
He's been
and
playing like
Devontae Graham. I think I saw something on Instagram. Luka actually.
no, yeah, he
said
said
yeah,
he wanted
yeah.
Devontae Graham to get it.
Devontae to get it. I think Devontae went from like 3 or 4 points a game to like 18,
Dude, that's crazy.
which
That's a leap.
It is a huge leap. He doesn't shoot efficiently, and I think that's why he got left off, and he plays for the Charlotte Hornets, who
Poor guy. That team is just a mess,
they get,
bro.
like 10 wins a season.
And that's where the guys, just those 10 wins are like, all right, we're bored. Let's just let them win a couple.
Exactly. It's the tanking teams, the ones that want to lose the game.
And still lose the lottery.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Knicks. The fuck kind of shit was that? How do you tank? Or you don't even know if you tank. You just suck that bad. You don't even get Zion. You're fucked. You're fucked, mate.
Yeah. That's the LA Lakers, though, for you, man. That's how
for real.
That's the Laker luck.
Looking at it, too, the Lakers roster is iffy past AD and LeBron. Kuzma's
that's
kind of
exactly what I'm saying.
hit and miss on that shit.
Kyle Kuzma, when you have LeBron and AD on your team, Kyle Kuzma you can maybe count on for like 12 points a game.
Maybe.
And he's a very spotty shooter. Sometimes he'll knock down 6 threes a game, and then other times he'll go like 1 for 8.
He'll knock down 6 napkins when he gets frustrated because he make a shocking shot.
Yeah.
And then they had a chance with Avery Bradley, who left because he opted out of the season.
Yeah, very underrated 3-and-D player.
And they also lost Rondo, who was a good leader. I don't know if he's a good player anymore, but he's a good leader on the court.
Playoff Rondo is a different breed, I'll tell you that much. When we had Isaiah Thomas in Boston, 2017, I think this was. We played the Bulls, might have been second round, I think, and Rondo took over. I think we were down like 3-1, 3-2, and came back, and that was all due to Rondo's injury. But Rondo was averaging almost a triple-double. As a role player. He's a role player, but playoff Rondo, different breed. I'm telling you. My man can get you 20 rebounds if you need him to. Genuinely can get you 20 assists. He's not going to put up 20 points all too often because he's not a scorer, but...
that's all LeBron needs is a dish-out player, I guess.
Yeah,
but now he's out, too, so it's like...
Yeah.
Who do you guys rely on? Because now I'm assuming their starting 5 would be him, AD, Caruso.
Caruso comes off the bench. I think what they're going to do is they'll start Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, LeBron, KCP, AD,
the Henny God himself.
And I don't know what they're going to do with that. LeBron kind of can run the 3 or the 1, whatever you need him to.
Right, yeah.
I think maybe they might throw Kyle Kuzma in there, have JR, Caruso.
That's a squad right there.
It's just a meme team at that point, to be honest with you.
You got the Henny God, the Bald Eagle.
Yeah.
AD, the LeBron, and the fucking goddamn iffy Kuzma.
Quinn Cook was showing out, though. If Quinn Cook, they might slide him into the lineup.
Oh, he was playing on the Warriors,
I think, yeah. He signed with the Lakers this year. I think yesterday I saw something. He was shooting like 6 for 8 from 3 or something like that.
Bad.
Yeah, and if LeBron if he can get open and LeBron can find him, I think that they may have a chance. If Quinn Cook consistently hits 5 or 6 threes a game during the playoffs, I think it'll be a Lakers matchup in the finals. I think they'll match up against someone else, but I don't see that happening, to be honest with you.
No, they're not proven enough yet to show consistent numbers like that.
Yeah.
But the Clippers, though, I mean, they were down the first game. They were missing
Montrezl
Williams
Harrell,
and Montrezl Harrell, and only
yeah.
lost by like fucking 5, 10.
Yeah. Those two guys can come in and get you 20 points a game if you need to.
Easy
too,
each,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and the rebounds alone from the height that they have on that team.
Yeah.
Plus Beverly being a decent defender.
Oh,
he can
he's
hold
not
down.
A decent defender. That man's a crackhead on defense.
He can hold down pretty much anybody.
Yeah. I personally, here's what I'm doing. I'm putting Kawhi on LeBron, Paul George on Anthony Davis, and then Pat Bev can guard whoever they decide to slide into that rotation to be their shooter, whether it's Kuzma or Quinn Cook or whoever they go with.
I can see that matchup.
I'm putting Pat Bev on that guy. And then you got Zubac to just be down in the post guarding JaVale McGee. Overall, I think it's a huge W as far as matchups go for the Clippers. I don't think that the Lakers can really match up with them in a 6 or 7 game series. I think I would take Clippers in... I'd probably take the Clippers in 6.
Versus...
the Lakers. If they end up meeting, there could always be an upset in the playoffs. You never know with the playoffs.
You could see with Houston being rested, they could probably make a little upset.
Houston
if they had the chance
could be a sleeper team. I don't personally like Russell Westbrook's game.
Yeah.
I do like James Harden. I think that he's smart for being able to get to the line as much as he does. And his little travel step back, it works, Nobody calls it.
Yeah, that's true.
So
yeah, for real.
If it
works,
works,
don't fix it.
Exactly. They could be a sleeper team. They've got a bunch of good shooters. They got some good defenders. James Harden is actually – everybody likes to knock James Harden for his defense, but he's not that bad of a defender. I think I saw some stats where he's like a top 5 guard in the league at defense and all the major defensive ratings, and that's something that he's been knocked for his entire career, and I think that people just like to find a way to hate. James Harden is, in all honesty, one of the best players of our generation, and I don't think he gets that credit.
I mean, he's been in the NBA, the finals, well, not the finals, the MVP race for like the last 2 or 3 years, man.
Yeah, that's true, but you'll find some Instagram warriors or Twitter warriors that like to talk shit on James Harden, and I think it's because they're bandwagon Laker fans or bandwagon Warrior fans, and they hate that James Harden plays a great game. I think Russell Westbrook might shoot them out of the playoffs, though. That's just how his game works.
Really?
Yeah, he's not a shooter.
Well, yeah, he can't shoot from three.
If he lets James Harden do his thing, and then steps in when he needs to, puts up
that's the key. Can
20,
he put his ego
25
aside just for a second?
Exactly. If he does, I think that they may have a chance. Again, I don't think that they beat the Clippers. I don't see them as a NBA Finals team.
Yeah, no.
But I do see them potentially beating the Lakers or potentially beating. I don't think they beat the Clippers, but they could potentially beat the Lakers.
They could make it to like the third.
They can make it to the conference finals. Yeah,
I think so. I
Yeah.
think they lose there, but I think they can
they
make
would.
it.
I don't think that they. I think, in all honesty, they'd probably get swept or beaten 5 against the Clippers.
It's rough. It's rough
Yeah.
to be a Houston fan right now.
It is, yeah. Well,
actually, they're playing
Not
all
really,
right, but
yeah.
it must be frustrating when they make it and they just can't close the deal.
exactly.
It's been
yeah.
years like that.
Exactly. Yeah, they've been very close for the past
Yeah.
5 years. They kind of got screwed out of a couple of them just because of Golden State being such a dominant team.
Yeah, they really got unlucky with there.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, like, Raptors would have lost. They would have lost. If
Had
Clay
they
didn't
been
go down
full,
and Kevin
yeah.
didn't go down, it
Yeah.
was over.
Yeah.
That team was not built to support a run in 7 games against a team that was just pure shooting, pure all the time, and defending.
That's true. I think that Raptors team was very underrated too. You had an emerging star, borderline superstar, in Pascal Siakam. You had your superstar in Kawhi. Then you've got Fred
The fun
Van Vliet. You've got, who, may I just add, very underrated defender, very underrated player altogether.
Older, though, right?
Freddie's like 24,
Who
25.
the fuck is 33?
Huh?
Who's old on that team? Lowry?
Marc Gasol, Kyle Lowry's old.
Kyle
He's
Lowry.
like 31.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Um,
Still a good player for his age.
Very, yeah. Same type of thing. That's all around. OG Anunoby, good defender. That whole team was built on defense. Marc Gasol, solid defender. He's not great anymore. He's a good defender. Pascal Siakam, great defender. Kawhi, great defender. OG Anunoby, great defender. Kyle Lowry, great defender.
Yeah.
Off your bench, you got Fred Van Vliet, underrated defender.
I don't know what the problem was, but I mean, I kind of wish they were more dominant, but also they matched up to hard teams when they made their finals push.
Yeah.
The 76ers was like pretty good fucking team.
Yeah.
The Bucks gave them a little bit run over the money, but once they figured out how to stop Giannis, it was kind of done.
Yeah.
But that matchup against Warriors was just like full powered Warriors. No way you beat them. It's just like no way.
It's just
No team could fucking
It's a
beat a
very
full powered
dominant team.
Warrior.
You got 2 of the greatest shooters of all time, probably 1 and 2 right there. Steph, then Clay, and then Kevin Durant, one of the greatest
Fucking
jump
scorer,
shooting,
yeah, ever.
scoring players of all time. It was tough. And then Draymond plays his role well. People like to knock on Draymond too.
He doesn't need to score more. He
Yeah.
just needs to block and dish out, which he does well. He does that very well.
He rebounds, he passes, he can score 10 points a game.
Yeah, that's it. That's all they need from him.
Yeah.
They have scorers.
I think he put up a triple-double without scoring 10 points.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think he
Blocks,
had 10
steals.
blocks. He had 10 blocks, and he was close to a quadruple-double, I think. He had 10 blocks, 10 rebounds, 10 assists.
That's
it was
crazy.
more than that, but
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, man, this bubble's gonna be interesting.
it will be 100%. Curious to see what TJ Warren can do.
Yeah, I think we gotta see him. We gotta see these
Yeah.
next couple
Yeah.
playoff rounds. But hopefully, I'm hoping the Clippers win it because I'm fucking kind of sick of LeBron. I like LeBron, but it's like, bro, like I get it. He's one of the greatest of all time, but we all know he can't single-handedly carry these guys to a fucking championship.
Regardless of whoever wins, I think that it's going to be an asterisk type
Really,
year. Yeah.
just because.
I think a lot of people are going to, not count it. I know a lot of people I've spoken to about NBA. Some of my friends from back in California are telling me, oh, yeah, this season doesn't actually count. And I'm like,
I mean, I
Get
don't
outta
know.
here. In all honesty, I think this is the hardest season that they've
That's what I was
played.
gonna
I think
say,
that
yeah.
that's what Giannis said too. That might have been a Giannis quote.
I mean,
may be
guys,
wrong,
these guys
but
are off for 5 months.
Yeah,
no
it's hard
training.
to-
Yeah.
Exactly. Imagine if you left your job and came back 5 months later, you wouldn't be
And you're
as
also
efficient
expected
or
to
as
perform
effective.
at peak performance
Exactly.
for
Exactly.
a month and a half straight
Yeah.
of straight basketball. You have no cardio training besides the one you have access at home because you're quarantined. And if you slip up a little bit, people jump on you. And
Well, and on top of all of that, you got to think a lot of these guys are married. They've got kids.
Yeah.
They can't spend time with their families right now. That's another thing. Like that can really mess with your mental state, not being able to spend time with your family, your loved ones, and
yeah, I think that's what LeBron was talking about. He was like,
Yeah.
the toughest part is just
Yeah.
being away from my family.
yeah. And I completely get that. I think that's completely understandable.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what all that role plays into, but I'm definitely, I guess, we're just gonna watch it and see, and hopefully the West Coast takes it because I don't want to hear Kyler bragging about the Celtics winning for the next fucking 3 years.
Nah, I hope the Celtics win. It's been a minute. Been like 13 years.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see what happens then.
Yeah. We will.
All right, so this is reaching the end of the episode, but I kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit about where this show is going to be going in the future. Like I said in the beginning, this is kind of meant to have my friends on here and just have a discussion about stuff and just, react and have a good time. So I'm going to try to get more and more of my friends on here. Hopefully Kyler becomes kind of more of like a regular person on here just because it's like me and him have like the best natural chemistry because we're best friends and stuff / lovers. Just kidding. Not kidding. But yeah, hopefully have more of my friends on here, have more discussions like this. On our personal sides, we want to kind of build our own separate brand off of these things. Like we want to build have like a group house where our friends like post content and shit like that on there, which I'll link in the description down below if we ever actually get to actually making that up. And then we'll have our individual gaming stuff because we play way too much to not try to make a video out of it.
Yeah, and in all honesty, we're hilarious. Not just saying that because I'm me.
Not stroking our own egos here.
Yeah, not trying to suck my own cock here, but
We're pretty funny.
we are pretty funny.
Slightly inappropriate at times, but
Yeah.
you're not funny if you're not inappropriate. So
Exactly.
okay,
Who
we're
doesn't love
gonna
a
go into that.
little bit of inappropriateness every once in a while.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
So in the next couple episodes, we'll have those links down there, and I'll slowly post content on there. But for now, we're gonna keep this going on the show. I'm gonna shout out his Instagram, Kyler Coinsin, and also he has a shoe page where he sells and buys shoes.
RNO Kicks.
Yeah.
KICKZ. If you want to check me out on there, I'm doing a lot of reselling and trying to get into that game, trying to get into the shoe game a little bit. Hopefully building up a brand about it. We're doing a giveaway right now, so you could enter up in that giveaway.
Yeah, I'll also link his Instagram down below and in the description here and on the description of iTunes and Spotify. So make sure to give him a like, give him a follow.
Appreciate that.
Try to buy his stickers. The stickers are pretty cheap. They're
Yeah.
$5 for an entry to the
And they're
giveaway.
dope.
And what are the prizes for the giveaway?
We're giving away a pair of Supreme Air Force Ones. They're roughly like $350 in value. You can pick out your size, or if you don't want that, we were doing $300 PayPal cash, so you can pick between either or. If you want to rock the shoes, rock the shoes. If not,
Rock the cash, baby.
yeah, $300.
So yeah, all of that will be down below. Hope you guys had a good one. We enjoyed making this one. At least I did.
I did.
So hopefully we'll start cranking these out more and more. And yeah, man, I will see you guys in the next episode of Paulo on Purpose.
Peace.
Peace.